Well, the EV price war is well and truly on here in Australia. In just 2 days, we've had 2 new cars take up the mantle of Australia's cheapest EV. A couple of days ago, it was the MG4 51 kilowatt hour. Well, that car has just been dethroned because this morning we've learned that the new BYD Dolphin will be priced at $38,890 before on-road costs here in Australia. That's $100 cheaper than the cheapest MG4. Now, we're going to be driving both of these cars, so ensure you subscribe to the Chasing Cars channel to see our full reviews here on Australian roads. But today, let's talk about the prices because that is really the big news, the big agenda item here, because for so long in Australia, EVs have been out of reach for most people, and that is really starting to change. Now, $38,000 and above is still not truly, genuinely affordable for a lot of people, but it's way under what we're used to paying for EVs locally. So for these 2 cars, the Dolphin at $38,890 and the MG4 at $38,990, both before on-road costs and incentives, these cars are now within reach of many more people. Now, tonight I will be doing a full walk around and a spec reveal for the BYD Dolphin. Another good reason to subscribe to Chasing Cars, because right now we actually don't know the precise specs of the BYD Dolphin, but we have an educated guess. So I think that this price leading model is going to be the standard range version with a 45 kilowatt hour battery. Now it's got a 70 kilowatt motor with 180 Newton meters of torque. So definitely not a firecracker in terms of performance. It's essentially basic transport wrapped up into a package that's about the size of a Volkswagen Polo. Now that compares to the cheapest MG4, which has a lot more power, 125 kilowatts of power and 250 Newton meters of torque. And of course, the MG4 is rear wheel drive, whereas the BYD Dolphin is front wheel drive. But the range of the 2 cars is remarkably similar. The entry-level BYD Dolphin, if it does nab the 45 kilowatt hour battery, will have about 340 kilometers of range on the WLTP testing protocol, whereas the cheapest MG4 has 350 k's of range. So 10 extra kilometers for another $100. Now, for some people, that could well and truly make sense. Now, we think the BYD Dolphin will also have a higher spec variant with a bigger battery, a 60 kilowatt hour battery, and a much more powerful 150 kilowatt, 310 Newton meter front motor that's currently found in the BYD Atto 3. Now, we have really liked the BYD Atto 3 here on Chasing Cars. It actually came second out of 18 small SUVs on our recent mega test that you can catch here on the channel. So we're expecting big things from the BYD Dolphin as well. We also know that BYD will be releasing the Seal, which is a Tesla Model 3 size sedan, and that's supposed to be landing here in Australia by the end of 2023. Now, BYD's release dates here in Australia have typically been pushed out and delayed in the past. So whether or not we see the Seal landing by Christmas, I'm honestly not really sure. But very soon, BYD will have quite a broad range of cars on sale here in Australia, which does reflect their status as one of the world's very largest car manufacturers. If you haven't really heard of them locally, that's because they are fairly new to Australia, but over in China, they do massive business. They are bigger than Tesla in the EV space over in China. So as I say, I will have a full walk around of the Australian spec BYD Dolphin tonight. I will be revealing the battery size, the range, power and torque, and the standard features. Today, or this video, is all about the price and all about the price war that has very suddenly been ignited in the Australian new EV segment, which is a very, very good thing indeed for buyers and for ordinary Australians.